The city hummed outside, but inside Elise's apartment, a quiet world existed. Navy shadows stretched across the wooden floors, rivers of calm in the evening light. A single lamp cast a warm circle on her small table, her sanctuary after a long day. Elise traced the rim of her mug, feeling adrift yet sensing a persistent flicker within. It was a spark of strength, a longing to create, not just consume. She decided it was time to follow that spark. In her quiet haven, she was ready to see where the glow of creation might lead. The next days brimmed with new purpose. Elise's quiet spark guided her search for something more. Pottery classes near me, she typed, hope flickering on the screen. She found a studio nearby. Colorful glazes, smiling faces, and handmade creations. This was what she needed, a place to create and connect. Signing up was a promise to herself. She was no longer just dreaming, she had taken a step. Elise was ready to walk through the door she'd opened. The evening of her first class arrived. Elise walked down a quiet street, drawn to the pottery studio's warm, inviting glow. Inside, burgundy walls and soft music welcomed her, a world away from her blue apartment. Her shoulders relaxed, nervousness melted into wonder. The instructor greeted her with a kind smile and a clay-dusted apron. This was a gathering of friends, a community sharing the joy of making. The burgundy walls wrapped around her like a warm hug. The journey had truly begun. The instructor placed a wedge of gray clay in front of each student. Elise touched the cool, smooth lump, potential waiting in her hands. The instructor demonstrated centering the clay, movements fluid and practiced. Elise placed her clay on the wheel, dipped her hands in water, and began. The wheel spun, the clay resisted, wobbling, collapsing, spinning off-center. She tried again, closing her eyes, syncing her breath with the wheel. Slowly, the clay yielded, rising into a wobbly cylinder. It wasn't perfect, but it was hers. A genuine smile spread across her face, pure joy in creation. Week after week, Elise returned to the Burgundy studio. Each class felt like coming home. The struggle with clay became a gentle conversation. Her hands learned its language, how to coax, shape, and guide. Confidence replaced hesitation. Her smile grew more frequent. She loved making bowls, each one unique, reflecting her mood. The process mirrored her inner world, delicate on quiet days, bold on others. The clay became her voice, giving form to feelings without words. She found joy in imperfections, a lopsided rim, an uneven glaze. These marks were proof of the handmade, the human touch. Acceptance of imperfection seeped into her life. The navy shadows in her apartment became a canvas for reflection. Pottery gave her more than a hobby. It was a new lens on herself and the world. It taught patience, resilience, and the art of letting go. She was not just shaping clay, she was reshaping her own narrative. Each gentle movement was a step toward self-discovery. The studio became a sanctuary of support and connection. The women in her class, once strangers, were now a community of creators. They shared tips, celebrated victories, and encouraged each other through failures. Elise found herself opening up, sharing stories as she worked. Conversations wove a thread of connection. Vulnerability bonded them. They were a small tribe, united by clay and the kiln's warm glow. One evening, Elise helped Sarah with a stubborn vase, guiding her hands. Together they coaxed the clay upward, and the vase held its shape. Sarah's grateful smile made Elise realize she was now part of the community. The sense of belonging was a powerful antidote to her former isolation. Here, she was part of something larger. The collective energy fueled her creativity and sense of self. The burgundy walls held more than pottery. They held laughter, encouragement, and strength. Women supporting women created a brilliant, warm light. Together, their sparks became a glow. The day came when Elise's first finished pieces emerged from the kiln. The glazes were now vibrant and glossy, transformed by fire. She found her set of small, nested bowls, deep blue, swirled with gray and white. They reminded her of the quiet shadows in her apartment. She picked one up, warm, solid, substantial. The slightly uneven rim made it uniquely hers. This was no longer just clay, it was a vessel, a result of patience and courage. It was a physical manifestation of the spark she'd nurtured. Pride and emotion washed over her. The bowl fit perfectly in her palms, a symbol of her journey. It held memories of frustration, breakthroughs, and community laughter. She saw her own resilience and capacity for creation. The glow of creation was now tangible, radiating from the bowl. This small object was proof. She could shape her world. She could create beauty from chaos. The bowl was a vessel of strength, reflecting the power she'd discovered within. Elise's journey had come full circle. Elise wrapped her new bowls in soft paper, placing them gently in her bag. She said goodbye to her classmates, her smile radiant with pride. Stepping into the cool night, the city lights seemed brighter. The world felt full of possibility. She was not the same person who had first walked through that studio door. As she walked home, a warm, steady glow filled her, quiet confidence and peace. The navy shadows of the night were now a backdrop for her inner light. Back in her apartment, she unwrapped the bowls and placed them on her table. They were a splash of color and life in her sanctuary, a daily reminder of her journey. The spark that began as a flicker was now a steady flame, illuminating her path forward. Elise's story is a reminder. Empowerment is found in quiet moments of creation and the courage to try something new. Where have you found your spark of strength? Share your story in the comments below. Let's build a community of creation, right here. Your glow matters. Let it shine.